Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to talk about sleep today. And, of course, we're pretty good sleepers here.
Yeah.
But
I think you're a better sleeper than I am.
Well, but
For sure.
but Cameron, I said that. Mm-hmm. And then a few days later, I was up until 3 in the morning. Gosh.
What, was there a reason?
Well, I think it's because, I okay, I'll be honest. I had been feeling kind of like really fatigued, like very tired. Mm-hmm. I think it's our live show and all of that. And all the responsibilities I have at home. Mm-hmm. So I had some 홍삼. I was gifted some 홍삼. And then I was like, oh, yay. I'll take one scoop. Okay, let's do another one.
You just had a lot of that red ginseng.
I did. And so then around 11, 12, I was so awake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So now it's totally fine. But I hadn't had that in a while.
Oh my gosh.
So my body was surprised.
Well, I'm surprised by when I found out that red ginseng, that 홍삼, really does give you a lot of energy. Like,
well, it does.
Like, if you're buying good stuff and having the good stuff, yeah, for sure.
It works.
Like coffee.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
It does. Okay, so we're talking about sleep hygiene. That explains why you can't sleep a wink. So that's actually one of our expressions. To not be able to sleep a wink. Wink 할 때? Wink. In Korean we say wink.
Yeah.
So what does this mean?
So this is the same word, wink, but it's talking about the fact that you could not sleep at all. Mm-hmm. So a wink is a very short amount of time that you're closing your eyes, right?
Right.
So even that small amount of time, you were not able to sleep.
So in Korean, it's literally 한숨도 못 자는, right? Like not even a wink.
Yeah.
Could not.
Yeah.
Okay, not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Okay. How about this expression? Keep something to a minimum.
Do as little as possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Do the least.
The least amount possible.
Okay. If you set boundaries, boundaries, boundaries.
You are putting limits up that often people cannot cross. Mm-hmm. We often talk about this with habits. Mm-hmm. I will do this much,
right,
but I will not do any more.
Right.
So if you're on a diet, I will only eat out one time a week.
Yeah.
That is my limit. Mm-hmm. I'm setting boundaries.
You're setting a boundary. Okay, let's see how these expressions are used in our dialogue.
I still find myself waking up a lot during the night. I'm a light sleeper, so any sound can bother me.
You have to keep noise to a minimum at bedtime.
My brother lives with me and our schedules are different. He's often up late playing video games, and it's sometimes loud.
That explains why you can't sleep a wink sometimes.
I can't kick him out, so what do you suggest?
You're going to have to set some boundaries regarding noise. And also, buy earplugs.
Please join us on page 116. You can find our power dialogue there. Sleep hygiene. That explains why you can't sleep a wink. So there's a reason why he can't sleep even a little bit. Let's find out. Peyton says, I still find myself waking up a lot during the night. I'm a light sleeper, so any sound can bother me. Okay, so they wake up, a lot of people wake up a lot at night.
Yes.
Yeah. And because they're a light sleeper, we say.
Yes.
Okay, that's our power vocab. I'm a light sleeper.
Right. So a light sleeper is someone who is asleep, but it's not a deep sleep.
Yeah.
And if they hear any amount of noise or there's any amount of touching or moving,
right,
they are going to wake up immediately.
Yes, that's right. So, Cam, are you a light sleeper?
No.
No.
I think it does take me a little bit to get to sleep.
Sure.
But when I'm asleep, Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
I'm dead to the world, as they say.
Dead to the world.
There are very few things that will wake me up.
Okay, all right. Riley says, you have to keep noise to a minimum at bedtime. So, keep something to a minimum. In this case, noise. Okay?
Yes.
If you keep noise to a minimum, what are you doing about the noise?
You're trying to get the volume as low as possible.
Yes, that's right.
So, of course, no noise would be the best situation. But if that is not possible, just as little as possible. Keeping noise to a minimum.
Okay. What else can we keep to a minimum? Like, keep something to a minimum.
Yes, you can keep your sugar consumption to a minimum.
Yeah, I was going to say calories. But then...
Well, that'd be a little too...
Yeah, you don't want to keep it to a minimum.
No.
Because minimum is really the lowest you can go.
Yeah, it's not about trying to get kind of like an ideal kind of medium. It's really trying to go as low as possible.
Right. So to keep sugar to a minimum, I try to keep gluten to a minimum. But of course, sometimes, I will eat gluten, bread, what have you. But there are certain things that you really cannot get rid of completely 100%, but you're gonna try to keep it at like 90%.
Yeah.
So that's the idea.
Right. Yeah. As much as you can, but if it's impossible to not, well, okay. I'll do it.
Yeah, that's right. What does Peyton say?
My brother lives with me and our schedules are different. He's often up late playing video games and it's sometimes loud.
Yes. And this is why a lot of couples, when they get older, they actually have their own bedrooms.
I've heard it. My grandparents.
No, really, this is true. This is true. And it's not because they don't love each other, but it's just that they sleep differently.
Yeah.
And it affects their sleep.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, the Queen of England, King and Queen, well, she has passed.
Yes.
Queen Elizabeth. She had a different bedroom.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I think it's a great idea. Okay. Riley says, that explains why you can't sleep a wink sometimes. So Riley is saying, oh, you live with your brother and you have different schedules. That's why you can't sleep a wink.
Yes. So this wink, of course, is the same wink like we talked about, and it means you cannot sleep at all.
At all.
Cannot sleep a wink. There is a related expression that also uses wink. The expression to get 40 winks. It's something of an older expression.
Okay.
But it means to take like a short nap.
Okay.
You know, like 눈 붙이다, right?
Yes.
In Korean.
That's right.
That is the meaning with get 40 winks. But here we are not even getting one of those.
Okay.
We can't sleep a wink.
Oh my goodness, this is not good. So Peyton says, I can't kick him out. So what do you suggest?
Then Riley says, you're going to have to set some boundaries regarding noise and also buy earplugs.
Okay. So our power pattern today is you're going to have to. Okay. You're going to have to. What does this mean?
So you're going to have to. It's not even just advice.
Yeah.
You're telling them this is what you will have to do.
Because you could say you should, you have to. But you're going to have to, I feel like, is really like you really do need to do it.
Yeah, it feels kind of like this is the solution, and you can either do it now or you can do it later. But at some point,
you're going to do it.
This is what you're going to have to do.
Okay, very good. You're going to have to. And then he suggests set some boundaries regarding noise.
Yes.
Okay, so if you set a boundary or set boundaries, you're saying what?
You're setting limits or you're setting rules. If we're talking about noise here, maybe no video games after 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Or if he's going to play video games, he has to have earphones. Those types of things.
Right, right. And Everyone, this expression, set boundaries, has become a very trendy word.
Yeah.
You know, in America, a lot of psychologists are using, you need to set boundaries. Even in friendships or relationships or marriages or with your in-laws. It's kind of like, you know, you're going to have to say no.
Yes.
Or I cannot do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, it is true. Setting boundaries. Not easy, though.
Nope.
Not easy to do. All right, let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
I still find myself waking up a lot during the night. I'm a light sleeper, so any sound can bother me.
You have to keep noise to a minimum at bedtime.
My brother lives with me and our schedules are different. He's often up late playing video games, and it's sometimes loud.
That explains why you can't sleep a wink sometimes.
I can't kick him out, so what do you suggest?
You're going to have to set some boundaries regarding noise. And also, buy earplugs.
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 118 and 119. If you keep something to a minimum, it means to limit as much as possible. Let's see how this expression is used. What did the doctor say after your physical exam?
She advised keeping sugar intake to a minimum.
Yeah, like the example you gave earlier, keep sugar to a minimum. We should keep expenses to a minimum for this trip. So expenses is good.
Yeah.
And a company could say we should try to keep our costs to a minimum.
Yes.
It can't go to zero.
Right. Obviously, every company has costs.
Sure. But it's just saying, let us do the best we can to not spend so much money.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do often hear this with food or with money, those types of things.
Yes.
You know, savings and whatever. It's usually those types of things.
Right.
So you might say, I need to keep my online shopping purchases to a minimum.
Yes. Right. So all the things that are not good for you, you probably want to keep to a minimum.
Right.
So also alcohol, right? You know, you want to keep your alcohol intake to a minimum.
Or keep comments to a minimum.
Oh.
Keep questions to a minimum.
Okay.
Maybe you're in a meeting
Right.
and the person is talking and they're saying, okay, this is not open discussion time.
No, please.
Please.
Keep
Keep remarks to a minimum.
Yes, that's right, right. Okay, very good. Now, if you do not sleep a wink, it means really that you didn't sleep at all, okay? You look exhausted, Carol.
The baby cried all night, so I didn't sleep a wink.
Now, this is a true reality for new time moms.
Yeah.
The first couple of months, you really cannot sleep.
Yeah. And I hear that new mothers, they're often very light sleepers.
Oh, very much.
Even if they were good sleepers before, as soon as they have that baby, the smallest amount of noise.
Oh, like, just a little, you know, just that sound will be like, oh, wait a second, you know.
Yeah.
It is so true. It's a whole, I think for a couple of years, mothers are all light sleepers.
Yeah,
it's kind of programmed into our DNA. Okay. He didn't sleep a wink on the overnight flight. Okay, here's a question for you.
Yes.
When you take those overnight flights, can you sleep on the plane?
Not at all.
Not at all. Some people knock themselves out.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it.
How they do that? It's so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, and I'm 192 centimeters.
Oh, those seats
in economy.
Oh, no, Cameron.
But you can't sleep on planes either?
Well, I can, but not like certain people that just sleep and sleep and sleep.
That looks so comfortable.
Yeah. No problem. I mean, I can maybe sleep 2 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. But
I can't sleep a wink.
You can't sleep a wink.
No.
Oh my gosh. Well, we'll have to make some more money for you and get to business class.
I know. I see the videos on social media of like, this airline's first class.
I know. Business class.
Business class. They have like a shower in there.
It's true.
Crazy.
Well, now economy class, that's even going to be helpful. I mean, premium economy, they call it.
Yes.
All right. So to not sleep a wink really is that you had terrible sleep. Maybe if you slept an hour or two, could you say that you didn't sleep a wink?
No.
Really? This means really you didn't sleep at all.
You didn't sleep at all. So if you had an hour or two,
Yeah.
you'd say, yeah, I slept a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but
Yeah.
a little bit.
A little bit.
I didn't sleep a wink. I expect you did not sleep at all.
Yeah. So think of the time when you're in college and you were up all night preparing for the exam or writing your essay. Yeah, you didn't sleep a wink. All right. If you set boundaries, you are making limits. You are creating rules in a relationship or a situation. Parents should set boundaries for their children's screen time.
I know, but it's the easiest way to keep Gerald quiet.
Yeah. It's very important that parents say, okay, 1 hour with a pad and no more. That is setting a boundary.
Yeah. Of course, I don't know how many parents follow that rule.
Oh, that's
You know?
very hard. Especially at a restaurant. It's
No,
so hard.
Yeah, but I mean, like, parents are also looking at their phones,
That's true. It's true.
right?
Yeah, you have to be a role model. But even parents can't do that.
Yeah, if you're going to set boundaries for your children, parents need to set boundaries for themselves.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's important to set boundaries at work to maintain professionalism. So what kind of boundary are we talking about here as an example?
You wouldn't get too casual or too friendly, or maybe this is talking about you wouldn't date someone in the workplace.
That's right. That is definitely setting a boundary. So think of boundaries as these sort of rules that you make for yourself, for someone else. Yeah. It's not like a hard rule,
Yeah.
but it's a rule for you that's going to work.
Yeah, it's not a kind of universal rule
No.
for everybody, but it is what you have decided, this is as far as I will go.
That's it. That's it. Okay. You're going to have to is our power pattern today. And this means that you really must do this.
If you want something, you're going to have to do this.
Okay. You're going to have to talk louder in this noisy bar.
Otherwise, I can't hear you.
I can't hear what you're saying.
You're going to have to pay a deposit before you move in.
You have to.
Yeah.
Or you can't move in.
Sorry.
Yeah. So this power pattern is pretty strong. It's if you don't do it, then you can't get it.
This is what you'll have to do.
Okay. Our power vocab today is a light sleeper. But there are people who are deep sleepers.
Yeah.
We envy you.
So much.
Like young kids, like my son, he sleeps, he's knocked out. Nothing wakes him up.
Even as a baby, was he a good sleeper?
He was a pretty good sleeper.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so, he's out. Yeah, that's right. All right, do check out the definition on page 120. And what else should we do?
Please go to Audio Hakdang, and for a small monthly fee, you can listen to so much great content.
Okay, wonderful. And please join us live at 6 p.m. on Evening Special. See you there.
Bye-bye.